lengthy corner. He's been one of the NFL's best ball hawks this season with 9 interceptions.
It's the Falcons and the Lions next on Madden Football.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports with Charles Davis as always. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Throwing to start the drive. Lowry, he's got Allen. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an
looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll run with a second-round pick from April's draft.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
The Falcons at 7-1 now on the year. And they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And as much as we hate to play this game, you know I'm going to do it anyway. Extrapolate that over a full season. What does that come out to, partner? 14-2. And anyone in the NFL, they'd sign up for that record, that's for sure.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 68 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
In motion here, Shorts.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Roll. Say, hey. Street. Come 19. Go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat, like the guys beyond that circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive.
Remember last time out, they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. A first carry now. This is Matthews. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Falcons offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And as we transition into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
You talk about this Lions defense.
We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
Let's go now. Hut, hut.
2nd and 6.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. From the gun on 3rd down. Wise shorts on the reception over the middle.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Burris.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
And now they're in the hurry up. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Set up. Go, Reed. Go.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Hey, check that. Check go.
They'll try to run this one in. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Check. Hurt.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Falcons post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 8. Wide open receiver complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag. Another miss.
Still on his feet. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Okay, ready?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Lowry. This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And here now come the Falcons.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Go!
Looking to throw. Wise. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Back to throw now on first down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Let's go.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Up the middle they go. Burris.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
60 Maverick. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Ready, ready?
They go play action here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. That time a 9-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Hurt, hurt. Trap 60, trap 60. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Hut, hut.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He'll take a shot for the end zone.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Back to throw. Wise. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Wide open receiver, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Throwing to start the drive. Lowry. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Operating from the gun. Wise. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Lowry. And Matthews has it right side. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He finds his target. It's Matthews. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Lowry. That's complete. It's Charles. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. In motion right goes Allen.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Here we go.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Off play action. Wise. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
18 rack, go!
Off the play fake. Wise. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a fourth down situation. Patterson's kick is good.
And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter.
2nd and 6.
19 Lions.
Operating from the gun. Lowry throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Operating from the gun.
Lowry working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Back to throw again. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A first down carry for Matthews. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Operating from the gun. Lowry. Left side caught by Matthews. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. From 8 yards out.
And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
A gain of 3, second down.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Go, Chap! Go, Chap!
And the slot man goes in motion left.
And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here we go.
On third down, Burris.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Set. Ready, ready.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Second down and 6 now.
Ready. Set, go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Burris. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On the set.
3rd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
They'll try the left side. Burris.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down. And it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
Unlock Lion. Unlock Lion. Go, Reed. Go. Ready.
They'll try the left side. Burris looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Street. Hut, hut.
Now a handoff up the middle. Burris. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Up the middle they go. Burris.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
That was a good explosive run right there, and it brings up an interesting little dilemma, doesn't it? 4th and inches, got to decide what they want to do now. Not sure they expected to be